Oh, hey, you guys. I wish we'd do a B-roll because we're always laughing before we hit record. Hi, Marcus.
I'm sorry. I should really try and calm myself down before we get this started.
Oh, you guys, we were laughing about some things that we just can't say here because we're going to try to be professional today.
Oh, funny.
Oh, we are actually, we haven't done this for like 6 or 7 months because the last time we did this, we were talking about our very first book and how we didn't know what was going to happen. We were excited about writing a book together, and we had these dreams and thoughts, and we had no idea what was in front of us. And now here we are 7 months later, and we can say our book is in the publisher's hands. We've met 40 amazing people. James Redfield wrote the foreword to our first book. And we are publishing a book that's going to be in the high 300s or around 400 pages for a compilation book. Lots of content in it. That's what makes our books different, Marcus, is we're giving the doctor's view and the coach's view and content.
And I think that's what's needed, honestly, you know.
Yeah.
Looking at other options out there, you notice that it's really not tied in as we've tried to work on. And so the wellness wheel was, you know, I mean, a beautiful way of making everything work together and seeing that there are places, yeah, but they're lacking. It's not comprehensive. There's not 360 here. It's not a wheel.
Right. Your whole wellness, all the pieces, heart, spirit, mind, body. Yeah.
I would say we're not 100% on target. There's always more to develop and things like that.
Yeah.
At least it's the very first, very comprehensive book that tackles wellness comprehensive. And that's what's about.
Yeah, the first book we're going to do, what's that, hon?
And that's why we wanted to continue with book number 2.
That's exactly right. The first one was the fourfold formula, and it's based off of my trademarked wheel called the All Things Wellness Wheel, the ATW wheel, and it's got 4 quadrants: heart, spirit, mind, and body. So when we wanted to offer a platform for people to tell their true stories, personal stories, and peel back the onion and get down and dirty and help everybody connect with trials and tribulations that we've all gone through, we're like, we want to get a lot of writers to share true stories. And we thought of the wheel. We're like, why not? Why would we not do that? It's all inclusive, 24 spokes areas in your life about heart, spirit, mind, and body. And so that's what we did. We went and found these amazing writers. So when we took the first book and we talked about the wheel, we're like, we're going to bring that concept into the next 2 books. Right. And the first book is going to come out in the next month-ish or so, we're praying. And Marcus and I are going to try really hard to bring you a present at Christmas time and come out with the second book. And is it a lot of work? Absolutely. Are we confident? Got to have goals. Absolutely. And we want to just share with you today what the second book is going to be about.
Please, yes.
Yes, please, people. So when Marcus and I were chatting about wellness, and I was sharing with him that I'd like to kind of look at wellness as a battle, winning the battles and winning the war, we were chatting about this subject. And sometimes people, it kind of rubs them like sandpaper a little bit wrong. It's like, what war, Peggy, that, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. Like, what is that? But there are wars everywhere in our life. There are wars with our trying to eat healthy. There are wars with our struggles of trying to sleep. Feels like a sleep war going on. We have relationship wars. We have wars between countries. We have wars within the family on how to raise our children. And when you really think of all the little battles, those baby battles that help you win a war, what are you trying to do? You have a goal. When you go to war, all the troops, right, Marcus, they get together and they're like, what's our common goal? We have a goal. All the troops are going to come together. And what do we want? We want peace. We want harmony. We want balance. I mean, war is yucky.
Right. And I mean, just like in this recent political situation around the world, you know, it only takes one cell in our body to go rogue to create a cancer. And unfortunately, there are politicians out there that behave the same way. And, you know, it is something where wellness will prevent you from getting cancers. And so, you know, the wellness war is obviously an external war with, all the stuff, and an internal war. And a lot of people, I think, have a lot to say about that with regards to how to balance themselves out, be able to start communicating with other people and come up with a resolution. Right now, it doesn't seem like that's possible in the external world. Well, let's try and do it on the inside first.
I know, and when we learned from the first book, one of the things that was so profound is the sense of community and relationships, and how we really weaved all these people together and found the commonalities. There were so many things that we felt like we were a troop. We really felt that law of attraction energy, that synergy, that momentum roll when we were all working together. And it's like, what the heck is this? And it is like being a proactive troop. It is like proactive medicine. It is being ready for whatever is going to come. So exactly. It doesn't, right?
Yes, yes. I mean, we, both of us are advancing in age. I'm sorry to say it that way. But the point here is that we have done a lot of this battling inside ourselves and towards the outside. And it is clear that community helps win wars. There is, I mean, I hate to externalize this and talk about what's going on right now, but this is, one rogue player trying to beat up on the little guys, and the American spirit is helping out the underdog. Yeah. And that's what we're doing. And we're trying to readjust everything and helping out and trying to work things internally in the country and outside. It's a continuous struggle.
It is.
And learning how to navigate through that is made easier with connections with other people that can tell you, hey, this worked for me. Maybe you want to try it this way.
Absolutely. And there's always going to be a battle. Pre-COVID, we weren't prepared for COVID. Correct. If we thought about it ahead of time, we're like, how emotionally resilient are we? Mental health took a big hit. Well, we already had mental health issues before, and we're definitely going to after. So those internal battles, I've had issues with mania and hypomania. We've talked about that with eating disorders. We have a lot of stories we learned about in our 40 authors. Tough stuff, trauma, but the connections, those internal battles that now they've written a story, and now we're looking to fill those spots to have, 30 more authors join us. They've connected with other people who are reading that are going, I have a mental health battle too. Oh, I have an eating disorder battle too. Oh, I've had a divorce. Oh, you've had 2 divorces. I lost my house. And that way we can talk about how to become as resilient as possible, learn more from each other. And that's
and look at the pathways other people took, and maybe don't make those mistakes, I mean, that's the beauty about community. You have the ability to not learn from your own mistakes only,
Right. If we don't step out, I think you said, what's that, Marcus?
You can take it or leave it, you can take the advice, or you can do it your own way, but at least you have the option and don't feel stuck. A lot of people do.
We were talking yesterday, and you had made a comment about, the looping we can do in our own brain, that if we don't step outside or tell somebody else, we don't get another perspective, and we don't get a check, the checkpoint to go, well, why do you think that? Or why are you judging yourself? Well, you shouldn't do that. And with being a story or an author, so if you guys out there have already written a book, wonderful. That's great that you're a writer and you've written a book. And I'm still challenging you to say that this is probably a lot different of a process, getting to know other people and writing just a 2,000 word story, but it could be it's going to change your life in the sense of just how we do this. What makes us different is that we have a private Facebook site, and all of us are in it, and we're in it every day, and we're sharing things with each other. We don't just ask you for a story and you turn it in, and then you get a book in 12 months that maybe you share with somebody or gift, and it's just a bunch of stories. That's not what we're doing. So if you're an author, still jump on board. Why not? Because we said this with our first book, right? We said, hey, if you've written a book 10 years ago, and you get to be interviewed by all of our media partners, you get an opportunity to say, I wrote a book in 2005 and the book is mentioned and you're dusting it off again. So you do get an opportunity to have more sales again. It's not you, right? You get to get excited and get creative again. And if you've never written, Marcus had never written before, right? You were like,
and I never thought I was made for it, honestly, you know.
well, I think a couple things we've been told is like, you know, what do I have to say? Who would ever, you know, I don't have anything to share.
Right, right.
Or, you know, I'm not good enough to like type my words out. Can you help me? And we've helped people talk through them. I've talked on the phone to say, well, what do you mean? We've had people talk in their phone and cut and paste it into email so we can help. So you don't have to be a blogger or an author or an English teacher.
But in my case, it's also the second language, you know, so I was very worried not having the vocabulary on hand. I mean, you see eloquent writers, I will never be able to do that, but nevertheless, I think at least, I will get my backlashes when the book is out, I'm sure, but I think I brought my points across for my self-development and for my benefit, and hopefully somebody else will benefit from it too. But the catharsis that came out of this is tremendous.
And we had a couple of other second language writers. We have Nini and, you know, I'm not sure. We had several from Canada where
from England, you know, that's
a second language. English is the second language to English. Oh, they're going to die at us saying that. So what we thought we would do, you guys, is number one, August 1st, we've got an early bird special. So you've got 10% off to come on board. Is there an investment? Yes, there is. There's an investment in everything. Studies have proven you got to have carrot in the game, and we take care of everything else. You don't need an agent. You don't need an editor. You don't need a marketing team. We market the hell out of this. You don't need your own publisher. And
you don't need a lawyer.
You don't need a lawyer. So we got your back, and you're going to, but there is an investment. So that, you know, I'll just tell you straight out of the gate, we're going to show you a little bit through the website, and there is an investment in the story. The story is $800, and that's your writing the story. And we give you a % discount off the early bird, and that's by August 1st. And then there's a cost if you want your name on the front cover. We're taking 30 story writers and we're taking 16 names on the front cover. There's an investment for the front cover, but it's not just the story and the cover that you get for that investment. You get a lot, so many more benefits.
You know us.
Yeah, hey. Well, and we forget that, I don't want to forget, I should say, the 7 media partners that we had in our first book. So we had Dennis Pitocco, and we had Dom Brightmon, we had Pat Baccili, and we had Eileen Bild, Frank Zaccari, Kanavos, Teresa Velardi. If I forgot anybody, smack me. We had 7 of them that are they're pristine, they're amazing in their lane, their media lane, whether it's podcasting, radio, or online magazines, and they're coming forward. All 7 of them coming forward for book 2 and book 3. So all of those guys, you get, yeah.
Oh,
Did
all the media partners are moving forward. Wow. Wow. Okay.
All of them, Marcus. We did something right, buddy.
Huh?
We did something right.
Yeah, no kidding. You know,
that's pretty
I
cool.
don't think you mentioned 30 spots. They're not 30 spots left anymore, are they?
No, sweetie, they're not. They're only 21.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, 20, I think, actually. Yeah, that's a good point.
Relatively quickly, the second go around, you know. I mean, and the book is not even, the first book is not even out. Just imagine what happens, you know.
Just look at you all marketing. Don't make you look at you. Marketing Marcus is your new little trade name. All right, so let's go through the website just real quickly. You guys, I do have a more detailed tour of the website on how to figure this out. I will actually tag that video in the comment section of this video, and I'm going to put this up on my YouTube playlist. We have had story teasers with our authors, which are super fun. I'll put that in the comment too. I'll tag that in the comment of this video. We've also started doing some personal chats where we're asking them different questions and getting to know them. So it's legit that we love these guys. Let's take a really quick tour here. I'm not going to make us go through bunches of it, but I just want to give you guys a quick view. If you're out walking and just listening to this, pop on sometime and look at it visually. All right, here we go. If you hop onto my website, you can get there either with PeggyWilliams.com or allthingswellness.com. Take you to the same spot. There's an author tab over here. You can click on author information, and it's going to take you to this page you see right here that gives just a high-level overview of our 3 books. The book 3, we've put an intention out there of what we think we want to write about, and it's the Wellness GPS. The consistency that you see are still, all 3 books will always be about true stories of the heart, spirit, mind, and body. That means our authors will write any story, and we're going to find a home for their story in any of these sections. The book is split up into 4 sections. All right, here in the middle, you're going to see the Wellness War. It's really what we've kind of talked about. If you want more in-depth information, you're going to click on this blue Learn More button. And you're not going to get lost in here. Any button you click is multiple buttons that mean the same thing. Here's what I talked about with the early bird special going on over here. The last call for authors, all spots will be filled by September 1st or before. The reason why we really want to push to get the authors filled is it takes a long time to edit and work with our authors with their stories. It takes a while. And we want to get the stories to our publishers in order to get this out by Christmas time. That's the main deal. You can reserve your spot here. I'll come back to that in a second. This is what the book is all about. It's going to look little to you right now, but you can hop on and enlarge in it. It really is about winning battles, finding peace, determining what your goals might be, how you balance your wellness wheel, how you can focus on your self-care well-being. We don't want you to surrender, no white flags, find commonality with people, relationships. So that is what it is about. Our mock cover has not been designed yet because we're interviewing people to write our foreword. First book, James Redfield wrote our foreword, and we're excited to figure out who fits with us for this second one. So that'll be announced soon. Then you see Marcus and my little mug there. And then we just kind of explain what a story is, because people get confused, and you can catch that there. Then we've just got a few more questions down there and answers for you that you can read. I want to go through, there's a story example. Don't forget that. You can take a peek at that. And we've got some writing tools that can help you too. So we really, really work with you. You don't have to be afraid. We got your back. The one thing that I wanted to just take you through so you can understand the benefits is this reserve your spot button. And again, it's kind of like Marcus and I were just talking about, is when you're an author, we take care of it all for you. You don't have to come up with your $20,000 to write a book. And you know what? We've been asked this, Marcus. People can self-publish. Absolutely. You can go out on Amazon, you can self-publish, but you won't get the relationships and you won't get the same credibility. And you know what I mean? What do you think?
Yes. That, and you know, networking is an important aspect of trying to spread the word, and you know, as a single individual, that's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
So you know, it's all for a smooth operation.
Yeah.
That's
It's cost effective, and you know, especially if you haven't been a writer before and you don't know if you even want to write, it's a great way to get your feet wet, and it looks good on a resume. And you and I were talking yesterday, is you may not even know how that resume could help you for 2 or 3 years down the road. So if you write now, we were talking about that, you know, if you write now and you have that book, 2 or 3 years from now, you may be in an opportunity where you're like, yeah, I'm a published author, and it could really make or break it, you know, be a difference for you, professionally or personally.
Years from now, you're going to be the next James Redfield writing forwards and stuff like that. You know, I mean, it's just these things move so fast. I'm totally amazed how quickly this actually came together. You know,
you are 100% correct. All right, and then I want to cover these benefits, and Marcus and I did want to kind of keep this short for you guys today, and we'll definitely have more videos coming back with you and getting more explanation. We just want to give you a highlight today. Here's more about how to reserve your spot. $500 deposit to immediately reserve your spot. That puts your name on there so that you can become one of those that there's only 20 spots left. We take the $500, and you start working on your story with us. If the story's accepted, your $500 goes towards the $800 story. And we take your discount off if you do it before August 1st, right? If it's not accepted, you're going to get your money back, minus $50 for us to the time it took for us to review that whole process. So you're going to get your money back pretty much. So take a chance. What are you going to get if you just write a story? Let's look at this really quickly. Down here, you're going to get, I'm going to enlarge it a little bit. You're going to get a 50-word bio. You're going to get your name printed in the back of the book. You get to have 3 points of contact, social media platforms in the back of the book, whether it's an email, website, whatever. You get a free copy of the book. And then here is another really big thing. You get a discounted price for the book. $9, you buy the book. And you get to sell it for whatever you want. So if we are selling the book for $24.99, whatever, you can buy the book for $9, make some income, put it on your website, do whatever you would like, book signings, and you can
recoup
make
your
some
investment, you know. Yep.
Yeah. The other thing is you get to become another author at the same time. So our publisher is right now, she is doing a series of gratitude type books, and she's looking for 350 authors. I mean, 365, because it's one author every day. And she's giving a free spot to all of our authors. So they are also going to be published in that book. You have just one page, 300 words. So you get to be in that book. Your bio and your photo will go on my website. You'll be interviewed on my show and from the other 7 media partners. So the opportunity for you to be out there, again, personally or professionally, for whatever purpose you'd be doing this, you don't have to interview, but you certainly have that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, just make sure that everybody understands. That's what I'm talking about, networking. It's already all established. You don't have to see how do I put this in the media and all. There's 7 media partners here. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
like, boom, you just light a match.
Absolutely. And then if you decide to be on the front cover, there is an investment for that. So the total investment's $1,500 if you're on the front cover. There's only 16 spots. If you have front cover and story, it's $1,500. What do you get if you're on the front cover? We added more benefits to just the story benefits. So you obviously you get front cover status. We double your bio words. So you have 100. Your name is still in the back of the book. Your black and white photo is in the back of the book, and you have up to 5 points of contact, email, website, all Twitter, whatever your social media platforms are. Everything else is pretty similar all the way down. You get a free book. You get your book for $9. You can be in Teresa's book. You get interviewed on my show by the media partners. Then you get your bio and picture on my website, which you can keep linking to. You get to blog for me, which is another opportunity for marketing and to enhance your writing skills. And you also get an opportunity to become a featured contributor on an online magazine with Dennis Pitocco at BizCat. And he is one of our media partners. And then lastly, and then I'll hop off here, you have an opportunity for a referral type program we have. If you refer 3 people, they come into the book and their stories are accepted, you get more of a discount, straight up. You're going to get 50, my highlighting here is getting weird. If you're going to get 3 people come into the story, you're going to get 50% off your story or 50% off the cover. Or if you've already paid for both, your story can be in the next book. So there is a lot of value with bringing some peeps that you love or some authors you think that might want to write or some storytellers into this that will benefit you.
But there's only 21 spots left, so.
That's right. So what we want to just say in summarizing this today for you is that we love the relationships we've created with these people. It's been a life-changing opportunity. We've just loved it. Hop on the website, allthingswellness.com/author is going to get you to this playground of information. You can email me at peggy@allthingswellness.com, and we would love to hear from you, hear your story, share it with the world, help you connect with other people, and it changes your life to write your own story.
I was just going to say, do it for yourself.
Yeah.
For yourself. I mean, the benefits, it's not just about authorship here. I mean, that's all I have to say as a newcomer in this field. It's crazy. It is amazing what comes up. So give
And
yourself.
that's coming to you from a physician
Yeah.
who is, you know, I mean, I can remember when we first started that you're like, I don't even know who to ask. I think I even remember you kind of saying, I'm not sure if I want people to know. I mean, those are my words, but it's like, if you
Right.
don't know if you're going to be successful, a lot of people want to wait till they are and then tell people what they did.
Right.
So, all right, well, we're going to let these lovely people go. If you guys have questions, reach out to us. And Marcus and I can't wait to get to know you.
We hope, yeah, to see
Yeah.
you join us. Thank you.
All right, bye, guys.